Hello, everyone. Welcome to On a Mission. I'm Emily May. Happy Thursday. We're doing it. Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Welcome, everyone. Sorry, it was a little delay on our part here. Welcome On a Mission, Mission Pro family. Brian is here with us tonight. How are you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great. Just ready for some wrestling.
We are ready for some wrestling. We are busy getting ready for Silver Bells 2, our December 10th show. And if you all didn't know, matches are starting to drop. So, news is coming out about who will be there on the show. But if you have not seen, the official poster has dropped as well. So we'll give you a little sneak peek. Here's the poster. You can see some of the talent. As you can see, some of the talent that will be there on December 10th, the Salvation Army Mission Corps back in San Antonio. It's turning out to be a really exciting show, right, Brian?
Oh, a very exciting show with tons of great matchups in store for everybody.
Tons of great matchups. And again, this is a really great opportunity to give back to the San Antonio community and the Salvation Army. So, when we produce shows there, part of the proceeds goes to the Salvation Army. And since it's around the holidays, it's an even more special time. And so it's very exciting that we get to be there around the holiday season, bring some holiday cheer to the community of San Antonio, and bring back some Mission Pro favorites, and then also bring some new debuts to Mission Pro, which we're all very excited about.
Yes, and most importantly, they also do a toy drive during those December shows. So we've already done two of them before, and we've been able to collect a ton of toys. So looking forward to that. The last time our champion Genocide, she brought I think 40 of these big giant toys. So it was like they donated from her company. So now she's got to live up to that, and hopefully she can donate some more stuff this year also.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible moment, giving all of those toys. So again, you'll see a lot of that information on Mission Pro Social. So if you're not liking, following, subscribing to all of our channels, that is where all the news comes out about Mission Pro. And yeah, I'm excited. Do you think Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there again?
I don't know. That was pretty interesting because we had Santa, Mrs. Claus, and didn't we have the Grinch also?
And we had the Grinch. True. We
Yeah,
did.
so you never know who will show up,
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
We're celebrating, we just had our anniversary show, Welcome to the Jungle, in just 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. And so then we're ending the year on Silver Bells, which
Was it only 3 weeks ago? Wow.
It was only 3 weeks ago.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what Caitlyn and we were like, oh, and Caitlyn is our special guest tonight. So I'm so excited to have her on. She was a part of Welcome to the Jungle, and excited to talk to her. But yeah, it was it's so weird to think that it was only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. But I wanted to make sure that everyone goes to our socials and sees and watches our socials, because that's when matches will drop. Do we want to talk about this first match, Brian, that dropped today? I can pop it up on the screen here.
Sure.
So the first one that dropped today was Emmy Camacho versus Jade. And this is really exciting, Brian. What are you looking forward to? Because Jade is debuting here at Mission Pro, and lots of people are excited about her.
Yeah, Jade is debuting, and Emmy just had her first match last month at Mission Pro. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what both of them have to offer, and see if one of them's going to make a mark for themselves and become a full-time regular Mission Pro wrestler, so to speak. Because I think that from what I heard about Emmy the last show, that she really impressed a lot of people. So hopefully she can continue doing the same thing. And then Jade, comes from the East Coast, so we'll see what happens there, when they match up against each other.
Yeah, I mean, Emmy Camacho had a really, really strong showing at Mission Pro for her debut at Welcome to the Jungle, and she, I think she has a really, really great shot at being you know, you know, getting a win and really showing everyone what Mission Pro is all about, and showing everyone what she's all about.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
front
gonna
row is
be
excited. New faces, future stars on the rise. That's what it's all about.
yep. Trying to
I want to
multitask and do like 6, 7 things at the same time.
know the chat is hopping tonight. Thank you all so much for joining. We have front
Yep.
row, a Mission Pro regular. We have Matthew Barnes, Michael May, a sponsor, a wrestler sponsor for Welcome to the Jungle. We have Mongrovian Mike. Thanks for jumping on. We have
Yep,
Laren.
we got seems like the whole nation's corner in here. So
Yeah, the whole nation's corner from Queensland, Australia. Welcome. Yeah.
Queensland, Australia. I don't see that one. Wow.
Oh yeah, it was up above. So thank you all. We have a whole international crowd here. Well, thank you all so much. If you guys didn't catch the last show, remember you can go to Title Match Network and catch the show. Welcome to the Jungle. It was our big anniversary show, and we'll be putting tons of little behind the scenes content on our YouTube page. So remember, hit this little subscribe button up here, and hit the little bell button because you'll get notifications on when we go live and do fun things like this.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mongrovian we have some exciting debuts coming up, so you definitely don't want to miss that. But I think we should drop a match that Brian, they haven't seen before. Should we go ahead and do that?
Sure.
All right, everyone, we're gonna drop this special match, and this will be at Silver Bells 2. We will have Jasmine Allure.
Wow.
Look at that, Brian. Jasmine Allure versus MJ Santana. So we not only have a former Mission Pro champion, but another up-and-coming Texas rising star, MJ Santana.
Yeah, MJ Santana, she had a great debut at Mission Pro. Everyone was excited when they saw her, and then I actually checked her out at Vixen's Wrestling Revolution and saw her one-on-one action over there, and she really impressed me. And I was like, man, we got to bring her back. She's good. And then of course you got Jasmine Allure, Miss Troublemaker herself. So we got to see, when you're up against Jasmine Allure, you always got to be prepared for anything.
Exactly. You always have to be prepared. And I'm excited because the last time we saw MJ Santana was in it was the former gauntlet match, but it was oh my gosh, Brian, I'm blanking.
It was for a chance to be in the tournament, right? Yes. I forget what the official name of it was.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
I wasn't at the show, so I don't remember the official title of it. But
help me out, fans. She was in the 6. It was the Woad, Queen Aminata, MJ Santana, Mia Friday, Gigi Ray. They were all in that match, and it was awesome. But
yeah, because that's the one Woad won, and she got the opportunity to be in the tournament. Yes. That was actually 2 shows ago, right? Not last show.
That wasn't this show. It was 2 shows ago.
Wow, man, time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
All right, so I think we're gonna leave that for now, you guys. So those are our 2 matches right now that we're dropping. Maybe we'll drop some, maybe near the end of the show. But I really want to get our special guest on because it's late for her, and I want to make sure the chat is going, and I want everyone to bring in their questions. Interact with our special guest. And so you all saw her last show at Welcome to the Jungle. She faced Kaitland King, and I'm excited because we were trying to catch her before the show, and it was again a wild jungle out there. So we were trying to couldn't pin her down yet, but now we get to chat with her, and I'm excited to do so. So I'm going to invite Caitlyn on right now, and we're going to chat with her. So welcome, Caitlyn.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You've had, how are you doing? I know we've been trying to catch each other and trying to get you on a mission here.
I know. I've been so busy lately. I'm sorry.
No, it's great to see you're busy. So you're busy training, you're busy. Let everyone know what you've been up to.
So last night I was in Nashville. I drove down there to start training at FXE. And I'm really excited about that because I'm wanting to just like branch out and like get more experience out there. So
Awesome. I mean, what has been so if everyone doesn't know, you came to us, you participated. I'm gonna let Brian back in. We had a little technical Brian.
Okay, yeah.
That's okay.
It's funny. I don't get calls all day, and then all of a sudden, like 3 or 4 people will call me right when this interview starts. They're like, "What is going on?"
That's okay. It all happens. It all happens.
Yeah.
So Caitlyn, as I was saying, if everyone doesn't know, you came to us for a seminar with Thunder Rosa and trained with us, and part of kind of going through that training, and that was last August, I believe.
so crazy.
It was last August at Southern Star Brewery, and so you went through like a few hours of really intense training, and part of that was we were trying to recruit new talent and to see what what the local talent, and you came pretty far to come and be a part of it, and we were so impressed with you and everyone. We just couldn't pick everyone. So for that show specifically, you kind of had a more managerial role that show. So you didn't necessarily make a wrestling debut, but you made your managerial debut.
And that was actually my first live promo that night. I was so nervous.
I remember talking to you about that. And you were mentioning that you were so nervous, and it was like your first one. And what is that like feeling? What was that feeling for you like? Because we like entrusted you. You're like, you got this. We were saying you got this.
It was just so crazy to me because like I wasn't expecting it at all, and it just happened so fast, and I was just like, okay.
I mean, it's kind of a big lesson, right? To just kind of be, as a wrestler, you have to be on your toes all the time. You have to be ready for anything.
And honestly, like I wasn't expecting to be on the show at all. And then Thunder was like, okay, you're gonna go out there tonight and cut a promo and you're gonna manage. And I was like, okay.
I mean, that's what's so what has been, so it's been a year and you've been like, we saw you on AEW, we've seen you all over. And you've had such a year of growth. What has been like your biggest like learning moment in this year?
It's just crazy, honestly, to like think about the things that I have done this year because I feel like I still have so much more like left to do. But like as you said, this year I was on AEW. I made my debut against Allie, the Bunny, and then I wrestled Camille Brickhouse at NWA. And then after that, I just did the OVW Summer Tour, which was a huge opportunity for me.
Yeah, I mean, do you think like?
Well, don't say like you wrestled Camille because she's the NWA World's Women's Champion. So you got put a little respect on her name, so that way it's not just a simple matchup. You know, is you face the world champion. So
I know, right?
yeah,
I wasn't expecting that either, and it just like I don't know, like it's just so crazy to me.
Yeah,
it just happened so fast. I love Camille though; she's so fun to work.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you handle those big moments? You know, because I know you're a professional dancer, hula hooper, which is pretty cool. I mean, those moments, like you have to kind of like ground yourself in some ways. So what do you tell yourself to kind of prepare for a big moment like that when they say, hey, you're going to be facing a world champion?
I don't know, like it doesn't really hit me like in the moment. And then afterwards I'm like, oh my God, like what did I just do? You know? Like kind of like a blackout moment.
Yeah. So besides NWA and AEW, have you gotten to do anything with WWE at all? Like any extra work?
I did do some extra work for them. I think in Charlotte I did Raw. I think
Okay,
that
yeah, I
was
thought I
no,
saw
it
you on
was
there.
yeah, well that was SmackDown in Charlotte and then they came to Knoxville in Raw, but I didn't do anything there. But in Charlotte I did like the Kiss Cam segment. And
Yeah,
then I
okay.
got to be a part of SummerSlam, which was very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, SummerSlam was like one of the biggest shows of the year for them.
Yes, and they were in Nashville too, and I was like, it's so close.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of those opportunities when you can. So going back to your debut at Mission Pro, can you tell everybody a little bit about that? Like, what did it feel like just doing the managing stuff at the Southern Star Brewery?
The managing?
Yeah, the managerial
I
aspect
was
of it.
really nervous. Like I said, that was like my very first promo, and like I came in just thinking I was gonna do this seminar, and then ended up like last minute, you guys were like, okay, like you're gonna go out there and do all this stuff, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And me
We
being
at
so
Mission
brand
Pro,
new.
at Mission Pro, we like to challenge people and give them opportunities, like get you out of your comfort zone. So sometimes you don't think you've never done managerial stuff, but like no, we like to have people believe that they can do more than they really can. So sometimes we stick you in very difficult situations so you can thrive. And when the opportunity comes later, you have that opportunity and you're more comfortable doing it.
Yeah, I was definitely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see yourself doing that again?
Managing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I can hang with the boys some.
So I would love to know, like, so in this past year, you've been all over and you've been training like so much, and then we contacted you and you kind of came back to Mission Pro a few weeks ago for Welcome to the Jungle. It was our big anniversary show, and this was kind of like an anniversary show for you too, in a way.
Yeah.
It's been 1 year since you first had that training session, since we took you out of your comfort zone. But here you were making your debut in a singles match against Caitlyn King, a huge Mission Pro favorite. She's been at NWA. She's been AEW Dark, all over. So we kind of took you out of your comfort zone again. What was this? What did this this kind of second debut feel like for you?
I was so nervous about this match, but I knew that I was in good hands, and like I was so excited because Kaitland is so experienced and she's a lot bigger than me, so I was a little bit intimidated, but I still had so much fun, and she's awesome to work with, even though she just beat me up. So.
You could have used the hula hoop.
Right? I didn't even think about that.
You could have used the hula hoop, Brian said it. Brian said you could use it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you came in as a manager, you were more like a heel manager, and then you came in here and you were kind of like a little too nice. And I think being a little too nice didn't work very well versus Kaitland, So next time, keep that attitude going, and come with a little bit more toughness, so that way when you're facing somebody, someone like the caliber of Kaitland, you don't get beat up.
All right, so whenever I start using the hula hoop, I better not get disqualified.
Hey, if the ref don't see it, then it didn't happen, right?
Right?
Exactly. Ref, look the other way.
Yeah.
No, we need to. Yeah, we definitely I'm so fascinated by the hula hoop because I'm not coordinated enough. Like I was a dancer in college and high school, but hula hooping was not on my list of things to learn. How did that all come about?
So it's kind of a crazy story. I was in college. I was a freshman at ETSU, and I was going through like a really bad phase in my life. I was just really depressed, and I needed something to like use as a healthy outlet and like an escape. And I remember one day I was like scrolling through Instagram and I saw a video of a girl doing it, and then I knew some of my friends that were doing it, and so I was like, okay, like I want to try that. So then I went to Walmart the very next day and got my very first hula hoop. It was one of the water ones. So I started trying it in my dorm all the time, and I would get like these massive bruises all over me, like you wouldn't even believe it. And I was just so sore for hours, but like I loved it, and I was so determined to like teach myself all these things with it. And then now here we are.
Oh my goodness. So Brian, if we were all the three of us in person, I would ask to have a hula hoop lesson, but I won't do that to you, Brian.
No. We also have some questions from the chat also.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually did have like a hula hoop challenge kind of after Bangers Only, if you remember.
We
Huh.
did. Some people did really
Yeah.
well. We did after no, was it after Bangers Only or
Yeah, it was Bangers Only because it was in Dallas. I remember like
in Dallas?
30 of
And I wasn't
30,
there.
30 people. Yeah, like 30 people were hula hooping. I didn't get up, but you know.
It was a sight to behold.
Yes. A couple of them were really good at it too.
I remember I would try to do like the arm, people do like the neck.
Yes,
All
yeah,
right,
so we got
let's see. I'm gonna get to the questions in the chat
yeah.
here. Front row, in your experience, how does working with Mission Pro differ from other promotions?
I personally feel like Mission Pro is just more like structured and organized in a way, and I feel like just like the crowd in general is like more into it. Like there's so much more hype and there's just so much that goes into every single show.
Yeah, we try to pride ourselves on being really professional and organized, you know. One thing we have a thing, we always need to start on time, no matter what. Emily can tell you that, and she has to listen to me.
I mean, we treat it like a TV show. So live TV, like if you're broadcast on, a network, you go live. You can't have dead air. So yeah, we pride ourselves on trying to stick with that, as you've seen, Caitlyn.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Everyone says that the Kaitland versus Caitlyn match was a great match at Welcome to the Jungle. So if you guys haven't seen it, you can catch it on Title Match Network. And that was a good one. So, so hula hooping. So you integrated that kind of into your wrestling world, right? So what was like everyone's reaction the first time when you brought that to your coach and said, "Hey, I want to shift and do this," because you always bring a little bit of yourself into wrestling, right? So what was that conversation like?
Whenever I first started wrestling, I didn't have a character. I really didn't know who I was or exactly what I wanted to do. And so I was always like posting all over my social media, like videos of me doing it and stuff. And then my friends saw it. And then once my coach, Dr. Tom Pritchard, found out about it, he was like, I remember I came in one day and he like pulled me outside and he was like, "Caitlyn, you can do something that like nobody else can do. You need to go out there and start performing with it. And then you need to have your match." And I was like, okay, enough said.
Yeah, I kind of
like so different.
Yeah, I kind of remember you asking me like a year ago, like, what do you think about the hula hoop? And I was like, well, there was a girl who was doing the hula hoop, but she hasn't been doing it in a while. And you're like, well, if no one's doing it right now, then go for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because there was another wrestler here in Texas. She used to do the hula hoop stuff all the time, but she hasn't been doing it in like 2 years. So you're good to go.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
We have more questions in the chat from Frankie. What is your finishing move, Caitlyn?
So I either hit the X Factor, which is just like a face buster, or I do a wheelbarrow into a bulldog.
Okay, all right. And so depending on your opponent, you mix it
depending on the size.
I was like, yeah, some of those can work either way. All right, Front Row has a fun question. Who are some of the wrestlers you draw inspiration from? Current and maybe legends that you've watched, growing up?
So I grew up watching Trish Stratus. I was obsessed with her. I wanted to be just like her. It was the Bella Twins and then AJ Lee. I get compared to her a lot, I guess because of our size, and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I mean, you're really obsessed with the Bella Twins, right? Like on a super fan level, right? I've heard this rumor.
Literally. I think I've seen like every episode of Total Divas and Total Bellas. Like I was like, I'm gonna do that.
Oh my goodness. Did you watch Dancing with the Stars as well?
I haven't seen a lot of it. I've seen a few episodes, but I did watch Nikki and Artem.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to. You have to see the love match happening. All right, we have some awesome other questions in the chat. We'll try to get to them here. We'll go to Tony, and then Frankie, I'll go back to your question. Where do you see yourself in women's wrestling in 5 years? And is there any particular promotion that you'd strive for?
I don't feel like there's like a particular promotion. I feel like just wherever I'm supposed to be. Within 5 years, I hope to at least be signed and have way more experience underneath my belt, and just to get better in the ring and own my craft.
Yeah, I mean, so what? I'm always intrigued about what family thinks about joining the wrestling industry and getting involved, starting to train. I mean, it's such a tough thing on your body, on your mind, all of that. A lot of time goes into it. What does your family think of it all?
So this is kind of like a really hard question for me, because I actually don't have a relationship with either one of my parents. And I just found out recently that my biological mother just passed away. And so like I grew up watching wrestling with her.
Oh,
So it's just been like kind of hard here lately, but like my aunt is super supportive of it. So she's like all about it. She's like, keep going, girl. I was like, okay.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that.
that's really hard, but it sounds like your aunt is very supportive and loving, and that's amazing that she supports you in that way.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask this because currently I'm like helping some other wrestlers with other projects as far as like promoting themselves and stuff like that. Do you find any difficulties like trying to like, in today's world, there's like a lot of competition in female wrestling. Like 5 or 6
Yeah.
years ago, it was like there was a handful of women. So like it was a lot easier to stand out. But like now, are you finding it kind of difficult to like try to get those bookings, trying to get out, stand out, get your name out there?
Absolutely, because I feel like there's so many of us and we're all just like fighting for that spot, and just like I'm really bad with social media. Like I feel like it's toxic in a way, because I'm constantly on there and I'm like comparing myself to like every person that I see and what like everything that they're doing. And I'm just like, hey, stop, you gotta chill out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like the hardest. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the game that I don't think is taught very well in schools nowadays. A lot of times they teach you the moves and teach you a lot of things, but I don't always feel that I'm not saying your school didn't, but like a lot of schools, they don't teach you like how to market yourself, how to get your name out there a little bit more, how to even ask for bookings, so like any help you need, Mission Pro is always willing to help their fellow the wrestlers and trying to help promote themselves.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard at times, especially being like so new and like starting from rock bottom. I'm like, I'm just trying to get up there.
Yeah, it's hard.
And I think there's also like a sense of business that I think a lot of people don't understand, like getting like your promo photos and learning how to talk on the mic, or even like send the proper like introduction email, or even things like that, like getting everything set up to just because you are your own business, and so you gotta like set all those things up. And so like kind of to Brian's point, like we try to set people up for success.
I'm really bad about that, about like reaching out. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, like I said, we're always here to help at Mission Pro, so don't be afraid to ask. And the other thing, it's kind of odd that you have this goal of being a professional wrestler, but then you also went to college before then, and you have a degree and everything. So does it throw people off that you got your degree and then all of a sudden you went to try to be a professional wrestler,
Oh yeah, because so I graduated high school and then I went straight into college and I was like, I'm gonna be a nurse. That's what I originally like. That was my plan. And then like a month into college, I was like, this is not for me. So then I started studying psychology, and then I was gonna be a therapist. And then I had like a minor in communicative disorders because my plan B was gonna be a speech language pathologist. And just like the whole time I was in college, I just wasn't happy and I was just like so depressed. I was like, this really isn't what I want to do. Like, this is not for me. And so finally, like, I finished, I got my degree. I was kind of just like waiting around for a little bit because I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go in and get my master's degree and become a therapist. And I was just like, nope, I'm going to apply to wrestling school. And then I think like 2 days after I applied, I got an email saying I got in, and I packed up and moved, and now here we are.
I mean, but that's a good story because if wrestling doesn't work out, you already have something to fall back on. You already have that degree, and that's what a lot of wrestlers fail to do. And so,
Mhm.
like when they finish wrestling, they don't have anything to do. So that's very admirable that you were able to get that degree, and be able to use that in the future if you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many wrestlers right now that I know that are training full time, that have their full time jobs, and they're going to full time school, trying to get that degree and try to get something that can help further, like business degrees and things like that, to help further their careers. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. It's a lot to balance. So that's incredible that you've done that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Some of the other questions in the chat. Any plans or interest to wrestle in Mexico or Japan or really anywhere else outside of the United States? Do you have dreams to do that?
Absolutely. I will go anywhere that I get booked. Maybe one day whenever I get more experience.
Yeah. Is there like a dream city though, like that you have your eye on?
I wouldn't say like really out of the country. I do want to wrestle in Vegas, however.
Okay. All right. Why Vegas? The city, the other city that never sleeps.
Because it's Vegas or New York. I haven't wrestled in New York yet.
Okay. All right. So New York is probably, how long would it take for you to drive from?
Like 12 hours, 12,
Okay.
13.
That's not too bad. You could do it.
Yeah.
Why? But okay, so road trips are always a thing, right? We drive all over to do shows. Do you have a wild road trip story?
So I was still training at the time, and it was me and like a bunch of the other guys that I was training with in the beginners class. I think we were all going hiking one day, and we were following the GPS. It was like a certain way, like 2 hours one way. And so there was like two carloads of us, gosh, I can't remember exactly where we were going, but the other car was like going one way and we were going the opposite way. And then the car that I was in, of course, we all found out like as soon as like we got to the destination that it was the complete opposite way of what we were supposed to go. So like we had to backtrack. And so we were like 3 hours behind everybody else. And I was like, oh my God, we're never going to get there. But I had fun. So
yeah, Brian and I have had some wild road trip stories. So we always ask.
Too many.
Too many. We always ask wrestlers that question because some of them are really interesting. Like they've left their bag, halfway across the country and have to go get it, or they, get lost somewhere. There's always those stories.
No, I got one. I got another one I haven't told before. Because you just clicked something. I was like, I remember I was
oh no.
Speaking of forgetting of something, I was driving a few wrestlers around California, and then all of a sudden we stopped at a Taco Bell, and then like we got like about 30 miles down the road, and this female wrestler was like, I forgot my bag. I was like, oh man, do we really need to turn around? Can we like call him or something? Because it was like late and we're like trying to get back. And she's like, all of my weed is in there, and I was like, oh my God. So you're telling me you were carrying a whole bunch of weed in my car, and I have to go back to go get all your weed? I'm like, oh Lord. So it's like, yeah, the stories that come out of the wrestling cars, it's just like, Jesus.
Oh goodness, I was wondering where that was going, Brian, but that wasn't. I'm
not mentioning names or anything like that, so I'm not trying to shame anybody.
You're good.
It's just a great one of the thousands of crazy stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Caitlyn, what is your road trip snack? Because we always have to stop at Buc-ee's in Texas here, get our snacks, and head on the road.
So I always like to get a sugar-free Red Bull and then the peanut M&Ms.
All right.
That is my go-to.
Okay. What's your post-match snack or meal?
I wouldn't necessarily say I have a specific thing, but I don't ever like to eat show days. So then by the time I get done with my match, I'm like starving, and I'm like, okay, I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Hattie B's or Princess? Hattie B's or Princess? I don't know what that question is. I thought that might have been a Tennessee question for you.
Is that a Tennessee? Are those Tennessee
Hattie B's?
Hattie B's or Princess? Do you know that, Caitlin?
I've heard of Hattie B's. I've never been there, but I don't know the other one.
Oh, okay. I just thought it might have been one of your fans from Tennessee.
It's a chicken restaurant in Nashville.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll have to try that then.
Yeah. It seems like everyone that I know from Tennessee in this group is answering it, so.
I know. I was like, yeah, Nashville hot chicken. All right.
Yeah,
I need to know this.
Yeah.
You're outside Nashville, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's like your favorite part about Nashville? Because like I love the city. It's like Music City, right? So many incredible artists come out of there. Do you like to do anything fun around the city?
I like going downtown and just walking around because you never know what you're going to see or run into down there. So it's interesting.
Have you run into a country music star?
No, I have not.
Maybe you just didn't know. They were incognito.
Maybe one day.
I did buy my best cowboy boots there in downtown Nashville. So
You did?
I did.
I actually don't own a pair of cowboy boots.
All right. That's another thing we need to get you. So
yeah, you have to, that's a requirement before you come back to Mission Pro. You have to have cowboy boots.
Is that a requirement for me too, Brian? Because I need like an official Texas cowboy boot.
Yeah, everyone has to dress in cowboy gear. Well, when we name a show something cowboyish, that's when everyone's got to do it. Give everyone time to buy them.
So speaking of music and Nashville, I think I can't find the question. Someone asked in the chat, what type of music do you like?
Believe it or not, I actually don't listen to a lot of country music. I mean, it happens like once in a blue moon, but like I'm more of like electronic dance music person and kind of like the 80s style.
I missed that, Caitlin. What was that?
80s.
Do what?
Sorry, what music did you say?
I said I like to listen to a lot of like electronic dance music and 80s style.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I need some boots, Tony. I need some boots. So speaking of dressing up, it's Halloween soon, Brian. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, no, not for candy. I need to cut some weight, so I can't eat no candy.
There's no candy in here, Brian. It's just a bucket.
No, okay, yeah.
He's like, whatever, lies.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with an empty bucket, but yeah, I'll take it.
We can put apples in it.
Apples?
Yeah. So speaking of Halloween, Halloween's in a few weeks. Are you dressing up?
I don't know yet. I don't.
Caitlin, you're not like a year in advance planner for your Halloween costume?
No. I mean, I thought about it. If I was going to dress up, I would want to be Selena.
Oh, that's a good one. There's so many outfits you could choose from.
I know, but I love the purple one that she wore.
That's true.
It's like the signature look.
Ponderosa would agree with you.
Yeah, next time you come to Mission Pro, you have to go. We'll take you to Corpus so you can go see the Selena Museum. Meet her dad.
I want to so bad. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so is M&M's? So peanut M&M's is your go-to candy. Is that like your Halloween candy? That like if you had a bucket, like here, there's no candy in here, Brian. Don't look. If you had to like go through your bucket of candy, like you had to take from a kid and like, sort their candy, what would you get?
It would be the peanut M&Ms and Reese cups. and then Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, okay. So you go like fruity hard candy, Reese's peanut butter cups, and M&Ms. Okay. So Brian, if you were eating candy, but you're not going to eat candy this year because we're going to the gym. We're doing a good job. What candy would you eat?
Everything except for the Jolly Ranchers, because I can't eat anything hard because they just stick to my teeth, and at my age, they just might come out with the candy. So I'm just like, or those what are those Laffy Taffy ones that were
Laffy
real
Taffy.
hard? I can't do those anymore either. So like, anything that like is super chewable and they get stuck, no. Or like the now laters, I don't do those either anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sticks to my teeth.
anything chocolate, I'm down for.
Yeah. Tony says he's going trick or treating for salads. That's what Tony says.
Yeah, that's what. No, he's talking about me. He knows me and the salads. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So for me, if I can get any type of gummy candy, like they make really cool sour bats and snakes for Halloween, like the Haribo kind of gummies. Those are my favorite, and they make it like in tiny little mini sizes so that you eat hopefully a smaller amount. And not
making me hungry now.
I know. I have that habit. We talk about snacks a lot. All right.
There's a good question in the chat for that just came up from the Coog 97.
All right, it's loading here.
You want me to tell her?
Oh yeah, can you pull it up? I can't.
It says, since Alexis likes Selena, does she know how to dance cumbia?
I can try.
So what type of dance did you study in college?
I actually never took any dance classes. Like I never had any lessons or anything. I kind of just like watch videos and self-taught, but I do like to hip hop dance.
Awesome. Is there a dance that like you've always wanted to try or that you're trying to learn right now?
I want to do ballroom dancing. I have not done that.
Oh my gosh, I had to learn how to ballroom dance and waltz for a show like years ago. I won't tell you how many years ago, but a long time ago. And I had to wear this fancy ballroom gown and it's so glamorous and you feel like you're floating. It's so fun. You should do it. It would be fun. And then you get to like you got to get the very jewelry outfit. Like there's so many gems.
I just like want to dress up and dance.
Exactly. We need Brian, here's an idea. We need our own Mission Pro Dancing with the Stars. I think we need to do that.
Like who's going to do that? I mean, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know La Rosa Negra would be one. You know.
Yeah, La Rosa, Caitlyn. I could be the judge and host, and maybe I'll try to dance. I don't know. It would be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a lot of dancers in there, but you know, I don't want to assume people know how to dance, but that might be interesting.
I think we have something here, Brian. I think we have the seed of something. See, Caitlyn.
Yeah, but you know who would probably ruin is JP Harlow, though. So I don't know.
But JP Harlow, no, we're not gonna. He's not. No, maybe he could be a judge.
Okay.
him and Joey Hyder will be.
Oh yeah, there you go. We got the Woad in there. She likes to dance.
Yeah,
who else?
Woad.
I guess there are a few other women in there that like to dance.
I feel like Mia Friday would be really fun.
I don't know if she's a dancer, but yeah.
Wrestling is a dance. That's what Frankie says.
Yeah.
Lawrence is saying, when is Mission Pro going to tour Australia? Would love to see Mission Pro live.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, well, that's a good dream, but
that is I
don't want to make any promises on that one. That might be after I'm gone, you know.
It is, you know, I think that is a goal. We want the world to see Mission Pro in general, you know.
Yeah, maybe by like 2073 we'll try that, you know.
26. I don't even think I'll be around, Brian. Caitlyn will still be here.
Yeah.
That's a long way from now. But yeah, no, we love having everyone around the world watch Mission Pro. Our goal would be to, you know, have huge shows all over. JP will be a Simon Cowell judge. That is true.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Caitlin, this was so much fun.
I have one question before
One
you let her go, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we brought you back to Mission Pro, which we most likely will, who is one person or one or two people that you would possibly like to face at Mission Pro?
Definitely Jasmine. We've been trying to get that planned for so long now, and it has yet to happen. So most definitely her. Another person, maybe Lady Bird, because we both did the seminar like forever ago, and I'm just like, okay, I want to get in the ring with her. So.
But you should have said Kaitland, because you want to get back at her, man. You know, you want to like.
That is true.
You know,
that is true.
You should be want to face the person who beat you. You know, so like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
I
gotta
have a good
jack
fight
some
that
revenge.
night,
You know,
so you got to give me something.
yeah. So that way you gotta come back with a hula hoop and utilize it as a weapon this time.
Right?
Take her
He
out.
said it, not me.
Hula hoop.
Yeah.
Well, and also you have to figure we also have a new Mission Pro champion, Genocide. So maybe you got to like work your way up, right, to Genocide, maybe.
Right.
We also, I know you debuted as a manager. You came in as a singles competition. Maybe we have Bougie Reality too. Maybe you come out, and you got to try all your angles at Mission Pro.
Yeah,
right?
maybe you and Jasmine can be a tag team to face them or something.
That's actually a really good idea.
Also seen that you've been working with like Tiffany Nieves too. So so there's a few options. Yeah.
See, and then we'll make you also learn how to do the camera, and we'll make you direct the show too. We're gonna remember we take you out of your comfort zone. So
yeah.
We're gonna really test you, Caitlin.
Put you on commentary too.
Yeah. See?
Just give me it all.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, I love that you're ready for it and you're enthusiastic. And if anyone has not seen your match at Welcome to the Jungle, you can go watch it on Title Match Network. And we love chatting with you. I'm so happy that we got to catch up and see all the amazing things you're doing.
Thank you guys for having me tonight.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you at another Mission Pro show. Anything else, Brian? Caitlin?
We'll just once we find out the dates, we'll get you those dates and try to get you on another show ASAP.
All right, let's do it.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Sounds fun. Everyone. Oh, Caitlin, real quick, where can people follow you on socials? And do you have merch that people can buy?
So I'm actually out of all my 8x10s right now. I have to get more made. But my Twitter is, I think it's at Kaitland Alexis. And then my Instagram is Caitlyn_Alexis.
Awesome. Everyone go follow her. And then once she updates merch, go and get those. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I love chatting with you.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right. We'll see you soon. All right. Oh my gosh. I love Caitlin. Yep. She's awesome.
Yep, another wrestler with a bright future. So
she's so great. She's just such a hard worker. I love seeing her a part of Mission Pro. Thank you all so much for all your questions in the chat. I hope that we got to all of them. We love all the interaction. And we're so excited. We're getting ready for Silver Bells 2, December 10th in San Antonio at the Salvation Army Mission Corps. We'll be streaming.
One thing we should talk about before we clock off is talk about the JP Harlow versus David LaGreca situation that took place while you haven't had this show. That happened on Busted Open Radio, where JP kind of called out David LaGreca and kind of challenged him to a match. I don't know what that means, I mean, as far as I can't see David LaGreca having a one-on-one match with JP Harlow, but I think there might be, people need to keep an eye on that storyline.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty kind of out of the blue, like JP busting open. If you guys didn't see it, it kind of, it was on socials a little bit. I know a lot of the people in the chat were watching or listening in. I mean, what do you think about that, Brian? Like JP has been the man of Mission Pro. He's been calling out so many people. He called out Simon Miller. He's called out Alley Catch. Like he's called out many.
I think you just said it, because you said that JP's been the man of Mission Pro. And I feel like, David LaGreca, he always claims to be the man of Mission Pro. I think JP took offense to, some of David's comments. So it might be a little bit of jealousy going on or something. I don't know. But David claims that he's the biggest draw in Mission Pro history. And I don't think JP took, too kindly of that, because JP, like, is there every show. He drove all the way with us to North Carolina, so, he does a lot for Mission Pro. So I can see why he could take offense to that,
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely like a heated exchange, and I think we got to keep our eye on that, and management has to kind of figure out, I guess, what to do next, because Dave LaGreca got heated, JP did. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen there.
Yeah, I see a lot of these people jumping on the Dave LaGreca bandwagon, but, I'm kind of a JP Harlow man myself, because, like, he's been kind of my right-hand man this whole time. He helps set up the rings, he does all the hard work, the stuff behind the scenes that people don't see to. And here comes David, with his little, I'm the guy, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good reminder. Busted Open tomorrow morning. Tune in. You never know.
Yeah.
Might show up. So
yeah, so I'm definitely Team Harlow over here.
Okay, Team Harlow. JP.
Yeah, I see everyone in the chat is taking on going against JP and stuff, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I stand right now, Brian, to be honest, because LaGreca and I have had an up and down relationship. JP, and we go way back too. We've I've conducted many interviews with him and have seen him grow at Mission Pro. So I'm really not sure, because both are colleagues of mine. So I don't want to be put in the middle, really. But
yeah, I think in this battle we're all going to have to choose a side eventually. So
all right,
I think a lot of big things are in store, and I think people just need to just wait and see what's going to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone, you heard it. Brian, watch Busted Open tomorrow. Keep an eye on Mission Pro socials. You never know what's going to happen. We have Team Busted Open. We have Team JP. I don't know. So, yeah, we have a lot leading to our December 10th show. Remember, we'll be in San Antonio, same place, Salvation Army Mission Corps. And you can watch us on Title Match Network. Tickets are on sale, so go to missionprowrestling.com, get those tickets. There's a VIP available, first and second row, and then general admission. And again, we're going to do a toy drive. And so a lot of those toys will go to the Salvation Army San Antonio community. And that's a great way to help celebrate the holidays with Mission Pro. So I appreciate everyone's support of Mission Pro. And we'll have some more On a Mission episodes. We have more content coming to the YouTube channel, and a lot more exciting things happening. So thank you, Brian, for joining us tonight. I'm excited that we got to do this together.
Yep. Can't wait till next week.
Yep. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.